Abdulrazaq, First Lady of Kwara State and Chairperson, Nigerian Governors Spouses Forum, as she delivers the special remarks of the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu. Your Excellency, ma'am.
Thank you very much for that warm introduction. It's a pleasure for me to be here today wearing all these several hats. This is what we want for women. The President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio, ably represented. Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and his lovely wife, our dear friend. Right Honorable Benjamin Okezie-Kalu, Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, and Chairman, Committee on Constitution Review, and our host for today. Thank you for convening this. It's a very important topic. All senators here present, all House of Representatives members here present, the First Lady of Yobe State. I'm supported here by some of the First Ladies of the states. First Lady of Yobe State, Her Excellency Hafsat Kolere-Buni. First Lady of Plateau State, Her Excellency Helen Muftwang. The wife of the SGF, who's also one of our collaborators here. Traditional rulers here present. We can see representatives of POA, all women organizations. I recognize the party leaders, the women party leaders here. Deputy Ambassador of the European Union, Mr. Vegas. The resident representative of the UNDP, the British High Commission, represented by the Deputy High Commissioner, other members of the Diplomatic Corps, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to rest on all existing protocols today. So I'm here, the First Lady, as this event was starting, the First Lady asked me to send her regards. She's in a crucial meeting. She would have loved to be here because this is a topic very close to her heart. She was one of the members in the Senate, one of the female representatives in the Senate, so she knows exactly what we're talking about here today. And she asked me to send her greetings and to inform you that she's really looking forward to all the decisions and pronouncements that we come up with here from this session. So on my own part, it is indeed an honor and a great pleasure for me to be part of this international legislative dialogue on women and constitution amendment in Nigeria. I commend the House of Representatives Committee on the Review of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, and acknowledge the support of the Policy and Legal Advocacy Center, PLAC, and the European Union in convening this dialogue to, among other things, discuss prevalent challenges hindering legislative actions aimed at advancing women's political inclusion. Despite the declaration made at the 4th World Women Conference in Beijing in 1995, those of us going to the CSW in New York in March will know that we're going to be talking about 30 years after Beijing and what we have achieved, which advocated 30% affirmative action and the National Gender Policy, NCP, recommendation of 35% for a more inclusive representation of women in elective and appointive positions. Nigerian women still struggle to find their pride of place in politics and governance. Some states, such as Kwara State, have signed and implemented the 35% Women Inclusion Bill, and it is expected that more states will toe the line in the nearest future. I think we deserve a round of applause in the states. While some gains were recorded in women representation in states' House of Assembly membership during the last election cycle, particularly in states like Kwara, where we had 5, and I think Ekiti had 6. This was, however, not the case at the current 10th National Assembly, as only 4 women were voted into the Senate out of the 109 total members, while the House of Representatives has only 16 women out of a total of 360 members. This development, you will agree with me, gives credence to the propriety of today's gathering, as it affords us the opportunity to discuss prevalent challenges hindering legislative actions and enhance awareness on the importance of temporary special measures, such as legislated gender quotas, reserved seats, and political party quotas, as gender-responsive approaches to enhancing political inclusion and participation of women in the country. Further to this, the session will also afford us the avenue to share lessons learned and develop critical advocacy paradigms for required actionable affirmative initiatives on further constitution amendments proposals dealing with women. You know, on my part, I am very proud to be here as a representative of Kwara State. I'm sure all of you know the strides the governor has taken in gender inclusion and parity, and this is why he's always decorated everywhere he goes as a veritable he for she. There was a time where there were 56% women in his cabinet, more women than men, and right now we have 50-50 women and men in the cabinet of the governor of Kwara State. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, while women constitute about half of our voting population in Nigeria and contribute immensely to the growth and development of our society, our innate potentials have not substantially translated to the inclusion we all crave. It is in this regard that I commend the House of Representatives Committee on the Review of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, the plaque and the European Union for this laudable initiative and for creating pathways into promoting women development and inclusion as a matter of law in Nigeria. Women's equal participation in governance and indeed all facets of life, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, you will agree with me, is central to democracy and achieving sustainable development and egalitarian society. While the struggle to redress marginalization of women in leadership positions show measures of success, like I've mentioned, in the States in particular, this progress has been slow and uneven. Hence, this dialogue of critical stakeholders is germane in achieving this progressive and sustainable goal. For us at the Nigeria Governor Spouses Forum, which you've been informed is the coalition of all First Ladies in the Federation, we are resolutely committed to fostering the cause of women inclusion, and we are given constantly to engendering this cause through our sensitization and advocacies on the education of the girl child, and indeed all children, as a precursor to achieving this. It may interest you to know that the thematic areas of the intervention of the Nigeria Governor Spouses Forum include helping aspiring women to attain leadership positions, and this is evident in how we were able to help these women achieve their aims in the last elections in our respective states and in the general elections as well. I am particularly proud of the role that I played in the last elections as a member of the, those who were working on electing women into governance. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there is indeed no shortage of intelligent, ambitious, and capable women potential leaders in Nigeria, but multiple obstacles hinder their leadership aspirations and candidacy. And as such, this conference stands to mystify the age-long barrier. There are certain things we need to do, there are certain cultures we need to work on, some cultures of politics that, kind of alienate women from participating. I think when we do all this, we'll be home free. Once again, I commend the organizers of today's event for seeing the potentials in the Nigerian woman and for choosing to pursue the better option through ensuring advocacies for legislation that enshrines the necessity of the contribution of women to our national growth and development. While I wish us fruitful deliberations and acceptable outcomes, it is my sincere belief that collectively we stand as a driving force to promote inclusivity in government and governance, as we will continue to support initiatives such as this and sustain advocacy for fairness and equity for every Nigerian woman, girl, and child. Thank you very much for listening.